All right, now we're live. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, what time is it? 7:02. I did start promptly at 7 p.m. and I just gave my whole spiel to you guys, letting y'all know, warming up the crowd, how y'all feeling out there, and just realized I wasn't live the whole fucking time. So you never know what's gonna happen on these Saturday nights. But that being said, welcome to Artist Spotlight here, Viral Hip Hop News. I am your man SamAnt, CEO of the brand Viral Hip Hop News, and we are here for a lovely show this evening. We got the talented singer, songwriter, certified music therapist. And like I said before, I didn't realize I went live. Certified music therapist is something I'm definitely trying to tap into because God knows I needed therapy a time or two throughout my musical journey. We got Megan B out of Virginia on the show this evening. You already know what to do. Drop them area codes, drop your location. Let me know where you're listening. Let me know where you're watching this evening. Very excited to get to know Megan B a little better. And of course, as we do on Saturday evening, when we have an independent artist, an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be, please do me a favor as we get to know these people. Go tap into their Instagram handles, go tap into their YouTube, go find and learn these people better so that we can start gaining some type of rapport with each other and really maximize these artist spotlights to where we can get independent artists connected with good people and create more fan base for them. This is what we're here for. This is what we do. I appreciate Megan B for coming on and investing her time with me. So without further ado, let's bring on the beautiful Megan B.
How's it going? Thank you so
How
much
you
for having
feeling?
me. Feeling good, feeling good. So very grateful to be here. Thanks for having me, for your time.
Nah, thank you for your time. And we did this once before. People don't realize. And I got to know you for about 35 seconds before I
That's
realized,
right.
damn, we wasn't live. Shit. You told me
It's
you were
okay.
from Virginia. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? And shout out to Virginia. I'm out in Maryland every other Sunday watching my terrible football team lose for the most part out there in Washington. But I love the
Yeah.
DMV area. I love the Virginia area. So let the people know a little bit about yourself, Megan B. I'm not going to be too long-winded. This show is about you. Let the people know who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? My name is Megan B. I'm a singer songwriter, recording artist, board certified music therapist. I live in Hampton Roads. I've been singing for as long as I can remember. I absolutely love music. I do it as a career. And so, yeah, I'm here to kind of share my story and encourage everybody to, go check out my music. I've just released some new singles and I've got an album coming out next month. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Dope. Let's get to know some more. Let's get to know a little more about you and take us back to the beginning. When did you realize? Because I'm an R&B singer as well, and I used to hear songs that I liked and realize that I can replicate them. I can sound like the singer that was actually singing. Can You Stand the Rain? I can sound like the brother
Hmm.
singing there. I was more of a Boys to Men. Can You Stand the Rain? I know that's probably not popular. Most people like the new edition version, but I
Right,
realized that I can kind of replicate what I was hearing. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, I have a voice as well. This was around 6 or
right.
7. So when did you realize that you could sing and this was something that you wanted to do full time?
That is so crazy that you said that because that's kind of around the same age for me. It was right around 6 or 7. I can specifically remember I was at my mom's office actually, and she had like this really old piano in her office. And so I was real little, and just it was around the holidays, and I started playing out a Christmas carol just kind of by ear, and I started to hum and sing along with it. And I think everybody in the office kind of stopped, and I realized too that, oh, I have an ear for music, number one, but also that I can carry a tune and I enjoy what this feels like. It's kind of like the vibrations that you feel when you're singing and playing along too. And it just kind of gave me this rush. And so that was like the beginning of this incredible journey. I got a keyboard for Christmas. I started writing songs and kind of had my own little sanctuary in my basement growing up, and just that was my special place where I would go and write music and sing and dance and just express myself creatively. And that kind of was throughout my whole childhood.
Nice. Now, what was some of the music being played in your household, and what were some of the artists, or who should I say, were some of the artists that you started gravitating to and began listening to and enjoying?
Definitely, we played a lot of Anita Baker. We played a lot of Boys to Men. Um, I started gravitating towards jazz a little bit towards in like middle school. I had gone to a camp, a music camp, and one of the counselors introduced me to Ella Fitzgerald.
Mm,
And that is somebody that I have always admired. I came to find out a little bit later on in life that she was actually born in Newport News. So after I had come here and I didn't know that, and having such a feeling like such a connection with her and being so inspired by her, then moving to where she originated, after the fact kind of made me feel like, I'm on the right path, and I'm where I'm supposed to be. But she's definitely a big one that, I just listen to her voice and her scats and what she can do with her voice, and how she used her voice to do so much more than just singing. That really kind of opened my eyes and my mind to what I could do.
nice. Now, I heard some of your music. I've been listening to your music. Shout out to my brother Rothstein. So he's been definitely shouting you out. So I
Yes,
was introduced to you a couple months ago musically, and right off the bat, I heard you have a very jazzy and soulful type of sound. Like you can hear that right off the jump.
thank
Talk
you.
about your introduction to your sound and your introduction to your own voice, because I remember when I was a kid it was a lot different than obviously it is now, prior puberty and things like that. I had to
Right.
learn how to really tone in on my voice and hone in on my voice and how to properly use it, especially from childhood to adulthood. So talk about the art of music and how you really began honing in on your voice and taking hold and control of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was in about probably fifth into sixth grade, I started like actual voice lessons. I started working with a vocal coach, and I worked with her up until I graduated high school. And she really helped me to figure out, the different parts of my voice, the different sections of my voice. So learning how to use my head voice versus my chest voice, and learning how to blend those two. And then kind of as I got into high school, we started learning more about like the operatic and the aria art song side of music, and that inspired me to go to school for it and to study vocal performance. And so I went right after high school. I went to Christopher Newport University, and I enrolled and studied vocal performance, and really got into the nitty gritty of opera. And that just completely, I had been singing country and R&B and rock and any kind of music that I could kind of feel and get my hands on, and then I switched to opera, and it just again opened my mind and my eyes to, how incredibly versatile the voice can be, and
Mhm.
also just it's an instrument in itself, and you have to learn how to control it, like you said, and maneuver it and manipulate it to not only sound how you want it to sound, but to do it in a healthy way. So that was a big part of my schooling. My undergraduate training was learning how to use my breath support, and learning how to connect the voice to the breath, and all of those things that, are behind the scenes of when you hear somebody singing.
That's awesome. Now, I never took it to the level that you did, getting schooling on another level pre or post high school and things like that. You went took it to a whole nother level. But my choir program in high school, we had one of the baddest music directors in the state of New Jersey, Mr. Charles Bass. Shout out to Mr. Bass. And he had different genres of the choir. We had the regular choir, we had the gospel choir, we had the select choir. And these choirs would give us basically different types of music and different types of way to use our voice. So when you said opera, it automatically took me back to what we called select choir. And select choir, we would
Mhm.
do a lot more of operatic, classical, different type of languages, but it gave us the opportunity to use our diaphragm a lot more, and to use that weapon and use that piece of equipment, so to speak, that we
Mhm.
didn't realize we had just singing normal R&B, getting out there and doing the R&B group stuff that we used to typically do back then. How important was opera to your R&B music now? Like, how important learning how to properly hold breath and breath control and using your diaphragm? How important was that to your game right now?
Yeah, it's crazy because looking back, who would have thought that it would be so detrimental to what I'm doing now and how I'm using my voice? But I mean, from the breath support, from kind of like sustaining notes to the runs to, um, using your falsetto, the opera training really has, significantly influenced my R&B and my soul and kind of what I'm singing now. It's just that bass. I think having that base of use, like you said, using your diaphragm, using good breath support. If you've got those bases down, then you can kind of take your take your voice to different places that maybe you didn't think you could. So I definitely think it's a really cool thing to think about, because back when I was studying opera, I probably never would have thought that I would be where I am now. But it's definitely influenced it and helped me to be just a better artist overall.
Nice. So I'm looking behind you, and I can't help but to see your portrait, and it says "Don't quit," and then obviously it says "Do it." And that
Yeah.
just we just moved out. We just switched studios up, and when in my former office, I had that big and bold with the wall art that said "Don't quit, do it." And that motivated me because throughout my journey, whether it been through music, whether it been through media, whatever the case may be, you run into a number of obstacles and hurdles in your way that could easily halt your journey or halt your mission right at the stop. Like it will stop you from doing what you're doing once doubt creeps in, once obstacles come through. So talk about some of the adversity that you face going through the music business, your music journey, that you can kind of speak on that have kind of given you the motivation to continue to do what you do and continue to do what you want on another level. Because like you said previously, you got an album coming very soon.
Yeah. So I speaking of the album too, I think I'm excited to share that because the songs kind of talk about this journey and talk about my story of all the adversity and the no's, that I've had in my life. So, from probably 7th or 8th grade, my dad and I, he would drive us up and down the East Coast. We would go to audition, after competition, after state fair, to sing in one of their singing competitions, to American Idol auditions and The Voice and America's Got Talent. I mean, we did everything, and it was such an incredible time, but it was also such a tumultuous time because I was a young woman. And so going through all the emotions of becoming like a teenager and going through school and high school, but then going on these road trips and doing these competitions and just feeling that energy of competitiveness, and then being told, no, thank you, no, thank you, over and over and over and over again, really became um, a difficult thing for me. And it caused a lot of rifts between my dad and I too, because it was just like, we're in this together, and we're really trying to make this dream come alive. And we just keep, I know it was really difficult for him too, just trying to support me, but also seeing how down I would get when it would be the no's, and when it would be the, come back next year. So, but learning from that, I mean, it just pushed me to just, again, to not quit, to just keep going. And you never know when that one door is going to open that could change your whole life. And so, you know, I think in the music business and in this industry and in this art that we do, we probably have heard more no's than we've ever heard yeses. And
Yeah.
so that's, I think, just part of the game. And it's something that you can either use, it can be used against you, like you said, it can completely just make people just say, forget it, I'm done. Um, or it can push you to be better and just to keep going and to maybe try something else, or do something different. I'm always learning and growing and trying to just better myself. And so that was a huge test for me, and also a really good teacher, all of those trips and all of those auditions.
Right. You spoke about your dad driving you up and down the East Coast, and that made me remind me of, excuse me, the support system, especially when we're young, when we're in high school, when we had this dream and you know what I mean, we didn't have the availability to drive or get into certain locations. We needed the support. And if you didn't have a
Yeah.
teacher or an instructor, it had to come down to your parents. And we all know
Yeah.
a lot of our parents work and bust their ass and do what they have to do to provide for us. But they also take that time to support us. And that's very important. I remember my mom driving me up and down to auditions, just like you said with your dad
Yeah. Yeah.
and listening to the no's. And I went to Apollo and we got booed off the
Mhm.
stage. I never got a
Mm.
chance to sing. She wiped the tears from my eyes and held none.
Yes.
That support system is so strong. So how important was your dad taking you up and down those roads, going to the auditions, watching you rise, watching you fall,
Yeah.
drying the tears, you know what I mean, congratulating you when you smile? How important
Right.
was he in your life? And did you realize that at the time, how important that piece was?
Oh my gosh. My parents, have been
Yeah.
everything throughout this process. And no, I can honestly say, as an adult now, looking back, I would yell and scream at him and, take it out on him, and didn't really appreciate or show that appreciation then. And now that I've grown up and gotten more mature and just kind of had time to really think about this journey that I've been on. I can't tell you how much it blows my mind to think about what the sacrifice that he made, and all of the hours and the gas and the time and the energy and the money that he put into to helping support me, and just he knew what I was passionate about, and he did everything and continues to do anything and everything he can in his power to support me, and it means everything. It means the world to me. I wrote a song just for him on the album, just because he has been my number one fan, my number one supporter throughout this entire journey. So,
Dope. That's dope.
mhm.
All right, so now take me through your studio process, because a lot of people, if they aren't familiar with the studio process and they're just familiar with singing or getting on stage and
Mhm.
singing or just getting in front of family and singing, they don't realize that it's a totally different dynamic, especially for an R&B singer, to get in the studio and articulate your feelings and articulate your emotions through this microphone when it's just you, a microphone, and a set of headphones, and an engineer punching in and out, and then
Right.
stacking and little things and the dynamics that go into an R&B record. So take
Yeah.
me through your first studio process, and how did you learn throughout rep after rep in the studio, just doing your thing?
Yeah, that was so I just recently, it's been within the past, I'd say 2 or 3 years, is has been my first, like, actual studio experience, and it was very eye-opening for me. I definitely felt surreal kind of being in that moment with the headphones, with the mic, kind of in that enclosed space where it's just you, and like you said, the engineer on the other side, but really it kind of feels like it's just me and the mic and the headphones. It's definitely it was an adjustment to figuring out stacking and how all of that works, and trying to, you lay the first level down, and then you want to do the exact same thing on top of it. And so that was kind of like, can I do that? You know what I mean? Especially with some of the ad lib stuff. The engineer would be like, okay, do it just like that again. And I'd be like, I don't know what I just did, but I'm going to try. So it's definitely been a really cool learning experience being both a solo artist in the studio. And then I've also had, experience doing BGVs and background vocals for Voices of Fire, which we can get into in a little bit too. But um, getting that experience of singing with a small group of people with one mic, and that's a whole nother level. But I definitely feel like I'm in my beginning stages of really getting comfortable and getting used to being in the studio. But I love it. Every time I go in there, I feel like I lose myself, and just kind of, once we get into the groove, it really just kind of takes on a life of its own.
Dope. We got Megan B on Viral Hip Hop News this Saturday evening, Artist Spotlight. Go ahead and hit that like button and share this video. And go follow Megan B on her YouTube platform, Megan B Music, where she has a number of dope songs for your listening and viewing pleasure, as well as many more stuff, man. I'm very happy to have this interview. I'm very happy to get to know you better. Like I said, I got introduced to you through Rothstein a couple months ago, hearing your music. He promotes your single like crazy. That's a very good brother. So talk about how you got hooked up with Rothstein, and how you guys, your relationship and your rapport is.
Man, so that was such a manifest destiny type of interaction. I was going to a studio actually to link up with another artist in Virginia Beach. It was Rothstein's studio, and but so when I got there, it was just he and I. The artist hadn't shown up yet, so that gave us an opportunity to just chop it up, just to talk about, each other's backgrounds. I had my guitar. He asked me to play a couple songs. And it was just this instant, connection where it was like, I could see that he was a genuine person. And then right off the bat, it was like he believed in me. Just right off, just from the first introduction, our first conversation, he said to me, I was telling him my story and about all of the things that I had done so far, and kind of how I'd really given up, but just kind of put it on a back burner, and he kind of was just like, what are you waiting for?
Mhm.
And that to me just sparked this, working relationship that we then started meeting once a week, and he would, we would kind of create in the moment, and then he'd send me home with some homework, and would just be sending me all these amazing beats. And that really just ignited my passion again. And just he's been so vital in helping me to just find the confidence within myself, he's taught me so much about the music industry and about the, behind the scenes of putting your own music out. He's just been an amazing producer to work with, and I'm really excited for us to be able to share this culmination. It's been probably 2 years in the making since when we first started working together, and to where we are now. But this album that kind of has been both of our, it's my first debut album, but our first work together. So he's a great dude, and definitely shout out to Rothstein for putting us in contact.
Absolutely. Is he the primary producer on your album?
He is. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're in good hands then. I can't wait to hear.
Yes, absolutely.
You're in good hands. I want to play one of your singles. I want to play Wavy by Rothstein in a minute. But before I do,
Okay.
because once we play that, I want to tap into the process behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading your bio or what Rothstein sent me, and it said that you are a certified music therapist. And when I read that, I'm like, what in the fuck is a certified music therapist, and why
Right.
haven't I found one in this last 15 to 20 years of my journey throughout this industry? Because damn
Right.
sure could have used somebody to speak to a day or two throughout my
Mm.
journey. So can you please explain to the people what a certified music therapist is, how you got into it, and what
Yes.
exactly it entails?
Well, so for me, kind of how we were speaking earlier, music has always kind of been my own personal therapy. And so when I got to the age where it was time for me to start figuring out, do I want to go to school? What do I want to go to school for? I had gone to Shenandoah University in Winchester, Virginia, to audition for a performance program, and they mentioned this music therapy program, and I was like, "What is that? That sounds really intriguing." But I was so set on performing, put that in the back burner. Excuse me. Fast forward a few years later, and I graduated. I'm out working in the real world, and I'm like, something is missing. And then I remembered that discussion of music therapy all of those years ago. And I looked into it more. I found a program that I could do to kind of supplement my already music degree. And I did the training, I did the internship, I took the test. And so I'm going on year 5 of being, a board certified music therapist. Um, in a nutshell, music therapy is using musical interventions to achieve non-musical goals. So,
Mm.
for example, I work with a lot of children on the autism spectrum, and one of my clients, we've used music therapy to help him develop his speech.
I see.
And it's been incredible to watch him. I started with him when he was 3 or 4, and now he's 7 going on 8, and his speech has just exploded. And it's not something that's a one size fits all. It's not for everybody, but for the people that it works for, it's almost magical. It just is, because music reaches us on a level that nothing else can, this. So, but there's physiological evidence, and there's we people have done brain scans of people listening to music and engaging with music, and it lights up your entire brain is just plugged in to music. So there's so many applications for it. It can be used with so many different populations, from babies to elder adults and everything in between, for mental health, for physical health, kind of improving physical strength and things like that. I mean, obviously I could go on and on about it. I love it. It's my life's work. It's very rewarding. And any chance I have to get to talk about and share what music therapy is, because unfortunately it is something that's not really widely well known.
Right.
It has been around since World War II. They started using it for PTSD. And then it's kind of just grown into this amazing field that's taken over, it's all over the world, really. So I'm
Here I
blessed
am
to be a part
thinking,
of it.
I'm about to sit on the goddamn couch and tell my problems and my music issues to a shrink.
Well,
And my
we
ignorant
could
ass
do
over.
that.
Right.
We could do that. But yeah, so it's therapy, but using music as the agent for change. So instead of like talk therapy or physical therapy or speech therapy, we're using songs, we're using instruments, we're writing songs, we're listening and analyzing lyrics. It's yeah, it's a little bit, it's like a creative type of a therapy
Right.
that, not a lot of people have heard about. So but when it works, it works.
Right. Makes a lot more logical sense than what I was thinking. So yeah, definitely. If you didn't know what musical therapy was, as I didn't, we know now, and it sounds like something that is very awesome and important for people who need it. Let's
Yeah,
play your music. I want to
let's
hear
do it.
your video. I want the people, if they haven't heard it, I'm sure we got some supporters in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like
Yes.
button, throw them fire emojis up as we get into listening to Megan B's song, her single "Wavy." Now, with this song, is this the official single of the album? Will this be on the album?
This will be on the album. Yeah, this along with the other two singles I've released, and then it'll be a 10-track album. So
Dope.
yes, Wavy is featured on the album.
Alrighty, well, let's get into it. Let's listen to Wavy by Megan B, produced by my brother Rawsteen. Let's get to work.
Trying to let you catch up on this vibe. If you ain't hit them, please don't waste my time. Me and all my girls were looking fire, turning all these heads and I'll retire. Come get on this wave. It's wavy. The energies in you are so aligned. Heads up in the clouds, I'm out my mind. Feeling free and feeling so alive. I'm just trying to celebrate my life. Come get on this wave. It's wavy. Vibing, riding on this wave, and it feels amazing. We made it, feeling so damn good. You cannot faze me when I get this wavy. It's wavy, it's wavy, I'm wavy, wavy. I'm feeling this good. You can't faze me, faze me. It's wavy, I'm wavy, wavy. I'm feeling this good. Yeah. Coming back around a second time, pass it to the left and catch a vibe. Take it in and let it blow your mind. I'm just trying to celebrate my life. Let me know just if you caught the vibe. Did you take the chance to just unwind? Take it in and let it blow your mind. I'm just trying to celebrate my life. My life, my life. Amazing, we made it. Feeling so damn good, you cannot faze me when I get this wavy. It's wavy, it's wavy, I'm wavy. I'm feeling this good, you can't faze me. So good, you can't faze me. I'm wavy, so good and so wavy. Yeah. I'm wavy, I'm wavy.
All right. We just heard Wavy by Megan B, produced by Rawsteen Beats. Talk about it. Talk about the layout. Talk about the motivation behind the record, the video, all that. Let us know.
Yes. So usually when Rothstein would send me beats, I would get inspired by the title of the beat. This was not the case. I don't know what it was about when that beat first dropped. The hook is what came to me first was just it's wavy, it's wavy, it's wavy. Um, I just kind of wanted this like really feel good summertime, um, hanging with your friends, just kind of a vibe type of a song. And it really the typically when I'm writing, melodies will come to me first before the lyrics do, but with this one it was just wavy. The beat was wavy, and that kind of really gave me the foundation of okay, I want this song to be super vibey and just a good time. And so once I had the lyrics and the song down, um you know, this actually was not going to be my debut music video. I had thought about doing my first single, Ride, but just the logistics, it felt like it was going to be too much to put together what my vision was. So I kind of came back to this song and I was like, well, it's getting ready to be summertime. Like this would be a perfect opportunity to drop a music video for this song during the summer, just to have this feel good song. And so I actually met these guys with Color Code Digital, who I had met through one of my really good friends, dear friends, Pizzo Johnson. He is in Atlanta now, but he's from Virginia as well. And you know, he introduced me to these guys, and they were just about it. They were just like, you know, we can do some stuff down in Norfolk in the Neon District. We can be at the beach. I got, you know, a small group of friends together, and it just felt like, as much as a stressful and kind of nerve-wracking event, it was a 2-day filming process. It was my first time doing anything like this. I was a nervous wreck. I was stressed. You know, things were. I remember my good friend Maria, who's in the video, she was with me. She did my makeup. She was kind of like my right hand. And we were on our way to the Neon District, and I was like, Maria, I forgot my bathing suit top. And we're like halfway there. And so we turn around, we go get that, and then we're driving back, and I'm like, Maria, I forgot this. And so it was just, I was all over the place, but it came out so well. And I'm so happy with just that whole experience. It was almost like, once we started filming, it was like a party. It was just, you know, we had the girls in the apartment, and, you know, we had our drinks, and we were chilling and picking out. I mean, it just felt really, really natural to me. And I'm really glad that it came across that way, and it kind of came out in just this, you know, natural, just kind of just vibing with friends and just having a good time. So it's become one of my favorite records from the album. It's just a fun, feel good song. And I'm really proud of the work that we all did to put it out and to get the music video out, and doing as well as it's doing. So thank you for sharing that.
Nah, no problem. The pleasure is all mine. And you guys heard Wavy by Megan B. Go support her on her YouTube platform, Megan B Music. You can just type in Megan B Music. It'll pop right up. Let them people know where they can find you on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you may have.
Yes, absolutely. So Instagram, I'm at megan.b.music. Facebook is the same, Megan B Music. I've got Twitter, YouTube. On my Instagram, at the top of in my bio is a Linktree link that has anything and everything. It's got some covers on YouTube. It's got my Megan B Music YouTube, all my music videos and singles. I've got some stuff from the Voices of Fire Gospel Choir on there. So yeah, definitely go check that out, and give me some love, and I'll show it right back.
Dope. Now, when will the album be released? When can people expect that?
End of November. So we haven't got a specific date yet, but definitely end of next month. So as soon as we've got that nailed down, just stay tuned, stay on my socials, and we'll definitely be announcing that date very soon. But the album is done, it's mixed and ready to go. So I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming.
Well, good. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to your journey and everything that you have positive coming forward. Salute to Rawstein Beats, my motherfucking brother, the producer on this album. What's the album called?
Mood.
Mood.
So I just dropped the title single 2 Fridays ago, Mood, Megan B. So that'll be the title track of the album. It's really encompasses all my different moods, my attitudes. I think all of the songs are very different, and they tap into a little bit different elements of my personality. And so I'm excited to share, and I can't wait to see what everybody thinks.
Dope. Well, we appreciate you. You have support here at Viral Hip Hop News. Keep doing what you do. Keep sharing the music, and keep winning. We have Megan B on the show. Hey, listen, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on. Good luck with the album. And yeah, we will definitely be in touch. And if you want to tap in with Megan on her social media with her music, she just let you know where to find her on all the social media handles. And like I said, I'll say it one more time, Megan B Music on YouTube. Go support her right now. Megan, thank you, love. I appreciate you, and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thanks.
Absolutely. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye. All righty. We just had Megan B on the show. Go ahead and support that young lady right now. She's doing some phenomenal things with some phenomenal people. I can definitely vouch for that. And if you want to be an artist spotlight, you are an independent artist, you're an entrepreneur. I had brothers doing spoken word. We had a brother promoting his comic book. We just had Megan B promoting her music. We've had a number of different artists and personalities come on this show and show what they have, man. And I definitely am thankful for everybody that comes on. I'm thankful for you guys to sit back and listen and support these artists and these entrepreneurs as they go through their journey. But if you want to be highlighted on Saturday evening here with myself, Sam Ant, email me at samant@vhiphopnews.com. That is samant@vhiphopnews.com. But we're about to get out of here, man. Another Saturday night. Artist Spotlight is in the books. I thank y'all for supporting. I thank y'all for coming out. Share the video. Appreciate y'all on the back end. If you happen to come in on the back end, drop the area codes. I would love to know where you guys are tapping in from. But until next time, Sam Ant, CEO of the brand Viral Hip Hop News. Keith, I see you, brother. Salute. No egos, fam. Always and forever. Peace.